I always thought I knew my wife, Olivia. Charming, brilliant, ambitious. The kind of woman whose success drew admiration from everyone around her. I loved her for that. I trusted her implicitly, sometimes blindly, thinking our life together was built on mutual respect, honesty, and loyalty. But I was wrong. It started subtly. Late nights at the office, sudden weekend team retreats. Cryptic phone calls that ended the moment I walked into the room. I asked questions. She deflected with practiced ease. "It's work, honey. You wouldn't understand," she'd say, waving her hand as if I were an inconvenience. At first, I accepted it. After all, her career was important. But instinct gnawed at me. The same instinct that has saved people from disaster when they ignore appearances. The truth hit me when I accidentally glanced at her company email from her open laptop one morning. An innocuous subject line caught my eye. "Dinner tonight?" From her CEO. And the tone, playful, intimate, was unmistakable. My stomach twisted. I closed the laptop, heart pounding. I wanted to scream, to confront her, but a cold voice in my head whispered, "Wait. Watch. Learn." What followed was weeks of discreet investigation. I observed, tracked, and collected evidence without her knowledge. Each phone call, each meeting, each late night was documented. Soon, a pattern emerged. Olivia wasn't just seeing her CEO. Her entire office knew. Every assistant, every manager, even the HR team, they were complicit, covering for her, ensuring no one outside their circle discovered anything. Lunch breaks, internal emails, even casual mentions were coded to keep her secret. It was astonishing. I remember the day it became undeniable. I visited her office under the pretense of delivering documents. The receptionist greeted me nervously, eyes darting toward the back office. "Olivia's busy," she stammered. I nodded, pretending to leave, but caught whispers between colleagues, hushed tones about the CEO, about dinner reservations, about keeping things under wraps. It wasn't just infidelity. It was an entire network of deception. The more I uncovered, the more I realized the depth of the betrayal. These weren't just co-workers. They were accomplices. And Olivia? She believed her charm, and their loyalty made her untouchable. I didn't act rashly. I had learned something important. Patience and strategy are more powerful than anger. I started planning. If she thought she could cheat, manipulate, and hide, it was time she faced consequences she never anticipated. Step 1, documentation. I collected everything. Screenshots of messages, records of secret meetings, receipts of gifts exchanged, timestamps of their encounters. Step 2, leverage. I consulted a discreet lawyer who specialized in corporate and marital law. Step 3, timing. I waited for the perfect moment, when her guard was lowest, when her ego was at its peak. That moment came during a company gala. Olivia, radiant and confident, floated through the crowd with her CEO at her side. Champagne in hand, she smiled as if she had conquered the world. I entered quietly, unnoticed at first, camera in hand, a folder of evidence tucked under my arm. The night progressed. I mingled, careful not to reveal my presence. Then, as the CEO gave a toast about teamwork and trust, I stepped onto the stage behind him. I projected the evidence onto the large screen behind the podium. Emails, messages, photos, even video snippets, all showing the affair and the office-wide cover-up. Gasps filled the room. Colleagues froze, whispers erupted. Olivia's smile faltered. She turned, eyes wide, and realized instantly what had happened. "Daniel, what?" she began, voice shaking. I didn't answer. I let the silence speak. I let the screen speak. Her CEO stammered, caught between charm and accountability. The HR team, previously complicit, looked at me, trapped, unable to lie without incriminating themselves further. Every hidden secret, every whispered lie, every attempt to protect her crumbled in real time. I walked off the stage, leaving her in the spotlight, forced to face the ruin she had built. Olivia's network of allies, her office, her CEO, the very people she trusted, turned cold, watching as the carefully constructed facade collapsed. After the gala, the consequences continued. Olivia faced formal HR investigations. Her CEO was called in for questioning, and the accomplices who had helped her cover up were quietly reprimanded or suspended. The gossip spread quickly through the industry. Her reputation, once untouchable, became tarnished. Her charm no longer shielded her. At home, I confronted her privately. She tried tears, excuses, flattery, the same tactics that had worked for months. I didn't flinch. "You thought your office and charm made you untouchable," I said. "You thought you could manipulate everyone, including me. But secrets don't last forever. And trust? Once broken, it's gone. Olivia's face twisted with disbelief and fear. She tried to appeal, to negotiate, to make me feel guilty. I simply handed her a folder, her own actions compiled, ready for whatever legal or social fallout she would have to endure. This, I said, is what happens when you think loyalty is optional. Weeks later, the final pieces fell into place. Her CEO resigned under pressure, the accomplices were reassigned or let go, and Olivia, once the queen of charm and deception, found herself isolated, facing the consequences she had spent months orchestrating around. I didn't gloat. I didn't celebrate loudly. The victory was quiet, surgical, precise. But it was absolute. She had thought she could hide behind wealth, influence, and the loyalty of those around her. I showed her she could hide nothing from truth, patience, and careful planning. The lesson? Betrayal can be tempting, and complicity can make it seem safe. But no network, no charm, no influence can outlast evidence, patience, and determination. Olivia learned that the hard way. I learned that sometimes the quietest moves deliver the sharpest impact. And as for me, I reclaimed not just respect, but the peace of mind that comes from knowing deception, no matter how cleverly covered, always leaves traces. Always.